You know, it's really nice looking at the sunrise and not immediately dying to something. Ugh. Hi, Creeper. Good morning, Skeleton. I'm not gonna deal with the skeleton. I don't want to get shot down. Ah, they'll burn eventually. Anyways, hi, hello. I'm the ImpendingMoon, and welcome back to some more Minecraft. This time, we're finally updated to Infdev version 2010-04-20. So, monsters actually spawn only in the dark now. So, that's pretty nice. Ah. Nice shot. Also, there's an enemy underground because a creeper exploded when I was moving around for a thumbnail. So, that's fun. Anyways, in between episodes here, I've done some resource gathering. I've gotten a good chunk of iron, some cobblestone and all that. Yeah, they're burning. And then this is just the new mine I've made that currently has a pig in it. I'd love to show it to you guys, but the pig is blocking me. If only there was a solution to this predicament. Oh, where did the pig go? I don't know. Also, I've made probably the worst staircase I could have made. Like, this is easily one of the most annoying things I've ever gone down. Because I'm not just, like, picking one line, I'm constantly moving back and forth between, like, different lines here, and it's really annoying. I don't know why I did it this way. But it's already done, and I'm not going to mine it out again. Yeah, so this is pretty much why I made the mine for now. So this just showcases the lava glitch that I was talking about last episode. So yeah, basically I made this thing, dug down and exposed the lava little area right there. And then wherever I placed a sand block, it was just immediately replaced with lava. So yeah, it's just interesting, and that's the only way you can get lava above the barrier right now. Because right now, buckets don't exist. That isn't a thing, so yeah, it's just cool to move around liquids when you shouldn't be able to. And now I get to walk back up the awful staircase. I've really done this to myself. Alright, so now that I can do stuff without worrying about monsters, the first thing that I want to do is I want to quickly make a pathway down to the shoreline by spawn over there so that I can relatively easily make my way back up. I do technically have a way leading out there from the mines, but honestly, I want to use that pathway as little as possible. So I'm going to clear out an area over here, and I'm going to get a pathway going in. And since leaves don't decay yet, I have to manually break the leaves of every tree. It's about as fun as it sounds. I might be able to be out in the day again, but nighttime, still, nope, not doing it. Pathway can wait. Yeah, I'm gonna light up some of my surroundings so I'm not absolutely overrun by monsters around this place. Okay, so since I'm starting to fill out this chest a little bit, I think I should make a specific room for storage. So I'm thinking I could either make use of this hole that I've already made, or I could make another, and I can make like a cellar underneath this area. Or a dungeon. I don't know. There's not much for me to trap, so alright, so I've got it dug out, and even without adding in, like, any floors, walls, or ceiling, it already has that dingy feeling that I'm kind of hoping for. So, that's nice. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's almost day. So, yeah, whenever this cloud cover... It's not quite, so I've got some time. I'm gonna throw in some floors. I think I'm gonna go with some stone slabs for the floors, some cobblestone for the walls, and then the ceiling, I'm not entirely sure. I think I might want to drop it down one more so I'm not intruding on the floor above, though. So I'll do that real quick. Nope. That's the sound of something burning. Alright, so I guess it's daytime, so let's see, how much did I mine out? I'd say a pretty good amount, so I'll come finish this tomorrow night, but this morning, I get to go and make some more of a pathway. I am probably going to want to keep some dirt on me for landscaping, though. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, so I think I've got a plan figured out of how I want this path to go. So this is the coastline where the path is going to meet, probably onto like a dock or something, because I think that'll be cool to have. Then it's gonna go up here, wind through the forest a little bit. I gotta patch the creeper hole. And then I think I'm gonna... It's gonna take some landscaping, but I think I can wind it up like there and eventually make it to the castle. So that's gonna be pretty cool when it's done. But it's gonna take some planning on getting the terrain right. So I think the first thing that I need to do is fill this hole in, because it just looks ugly. It's an eyesore. And a mind sore, remembering about creepers. But mostly an eyesore. There we are. When that fills in with grass, that's going to look so much better. Watch there just be another creeper explosion right here. Like, that's just my luck. Anyway, I'm going to work out how this path is going to go exactly. And nope, liquids still do not flow. So I'll just place these here so I don't have to think about it. Never mind. I'm going. Give me your wool, I need armor. Alright, so I'm gonna put away some of my stuff and back to the cellar for the night. Which genuinely does sound kind of like a threat. Like, ooh, you're going to the cellar. But really, it's kind of a good thing here, because it means I have something to do over the night. You know, I'm starting to fill in this ceiling with some stone slabs, and I think it's giving it a nicer look than I'm going for, oddly enough. So, I think the floor would fit with stone slabs, but I think the ceiling should be cobblestone. So, time to tear this out and put cobblestone in. Alright, now if I've ever seen anything that's dingy, this cobblestone ceiling definitely is. So, yeah, this is kind of the vibe I'm going for, I guess. I can have a little window right here because stuff doesn't spawn there right now. At least, hopefully not. If it does, it's easy enough to, stop them. I guess I can throw a slab on there so that it makes it even harder for skeletons to shoot through, in case one does get there. Alright, so I guess, yeah, I was right to worry about it. But I was also right to put that slab in. I'd like to put another slab in. If I could, please. Hold up, by the angle of that arrow, I think a skeleton literally jumped down and then shot at me. I think that's kind of funny. So, you know what, I'm gonna leave it just in case it happens again. Well, you know, I could do bottom slabs on the floor here. Let me see what that looks like, especially over by the staircase, because I feel like that would be the main issue with blending. Because for, like, if I want to have chests on the wall, yeah, I can have it as double slabs for the chest specifically. Like, that's the main issue, but if that's the only one, it's not that big of a deal. Because, like, I can just go like that. Yeah, I can make that work. I think it looks fine. Also, using bottom half slabs like this prevents mobs from spawning at all. So, A, I won't get passive mobs randomly spawning down here. And just in case I don't light it up enough, I also won't be getting any hostile mobs. Which is nice. Oh, the sound of daylight. So I'm just gonna finish the floor right here, and then I'm gonna get back to making a pathway. Woo! It's fun having two projects. Because that means I got stuff to do all the time. And yeah, this is really dingy, and I guess with the dirt, I'd also describe it as musty. Which, you know, exactly what you want to describe your living quarters as. What? Hey! Get out. Bad. Bad creeper. Alright, so I've gone ahead, and before the sun sets here, I'm just going to show the general path that I've laid out. So I'm going to expand this, and hopefully it'll look pretty good. I had to kind of weave back and forth up the mountain, and even still, it's going to take a lot of landscaping to make it look good. But I think once this thing's done, it's going to look really good. Anyways, I'm going to get here before I'm overrun by monsters. So somehow a sheep got here. Nature finds a way. It's having fun. I'll leave it. Nope. Sheep wants to get out. Sheep wants to get in. I'm gonna let him bounce. So he makes up his mind. Nope. Come on. What, in or out? Come on. Gotta close up the door here. That's why. I'm so sorry, sheep. I was gonna let you live, but you're just a liability. Rest in peace, sheep. He would have despawned anyway. Alright, and that would be the basic room done, and now that it's fully complete, I wouldn't call it musty. I'd still call it dingy, and definitely you could see some torture devices being placed in here. But luckily for anybody who I might want to torture, this is just going to be a storage room pretty much. So I'm going to craft up some chests. I need to see if I can stack 2 chests on top of each other in this version, because that will affect my design. So let's see here. If I go like this... Oh, yep, chests absolutely block each other in this version. So that just means that I'm going to put chests down in the floor and then one above. If I put a slab on top of a chest, can I use it? Let's see. Yes, alright. So that's how that's gonna work. And you know, I'm kind of thinking, like, I could use that sand lava trick to make a trash can. Like, dig all the way down to y = 0 here, place a block of sand, like, here. This turns into lava, and then I can just chuck items into it. And then immediately after having that thought, I thought about how much of a pain it would be to do it. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna wait until I can scoop it up and plop some lava in there without digging to y = 0. Oh, and I guess the cellar is a little bit visible from the bottom here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put the cobblestone all the way up, so that it looks like it's intentional. So I'll do it later. How many sheep? I only now just noticed that. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can't do this. It's too late at night. Okay, this is a ridiculous amount of sheep. How many keep spawning? Because I was not expecting any of this. I was expecting a moderate amount of sheep. I have received too many. Okay, seriously, all these mobs are kind of just like annoying children constantly moving me around. It's... Go. In the water. Bad. Seriously, this is not what I was expecting in terms of challenges. I was not expecting the passive mobs to be more annoying than the hostile ones. Ugh. No! Stop falling from the trees! I can't do this! No! Also, this pathway could be better. I might want to actually make it a consistent shape. I was kinda going for a more natural feel, but it's just not working out. No, even this doesn't work very well. Okay. Well, instead of going half slabs, what if I just use full blocks? That might work better. Alright, yeah. This is looking a lot better, because there's less noise, I guess. And the fact that I actually built it for slabs actually kind of helps the gradient be a bit more smooth than just a staircase. So that's what I'm going to go with for the rest of this. And I'm going to get out of here before monsters spawn. Alright, so this is the storage room pretty much done. I'm not very happy with the cobblestone here. I think these would look better as either planks or logs. So I've actually got to go and collect some more wood before I can do that, because I use it all to make these chests. So I don't think I'm going to have any specific organization policy right here. I think each chest is just going to be like one thing, and I'll just keep track of it from there. So before daylight breaks, I'm going to go ahead and move all of this stuff down there. Probably put a little furnace array down there too. I can't automate anything, but I can just have multiple. I forget how annoying placing down stuff was. Because it doesn't follow the direction you're facing. So, like, you know, this could be a nice little array of, like, furnaces right here. But no, these just have to be panes. So, you know what? They're gonna stay. It's gonna stay as a monument to annoyance, I guess. So, I've got stuff mostly organized. I'm actually running out of cobblestone right now. Which is not something I expected to do, really. But, yeah, I'm gonna need to get some more eventually. But I'm gonna get as much of the path as I can, and then I guess I'm just gonna have to go mining. Okay, I just keep getting hecklers. Like, no. Come on, I don't need anything you're selling. I don't, like, yeah, sure. Ooh, yeah, praise be the king, I guess. Like, no, I'm just a dude. I built a castle. What do you want from me? Doesn't make me a king. Although that is a nice title. I'm gonna have to sleep on that. Alright, so I've got the path built out to this point, and it's just getting dark. So, overall, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. So, I'm thinking later on, I'm gonna put some torches and stuff around this. Line it with maybe some, like, logs and stuff to put the torches on. And I think this is going to be a very nice path. So, for now, I guess the main thing that I can do is mine, because that's all the cobblestone that I have, and it definitely isn't going to be enough to finish. So I'm going to toss some stuff into the cellar. Sheep! It's back! Just as happy as ever. Alright, so I'm at the area with the lava, and this is where I'm going to strip mine. I might want to cover that up. You know, at least do something so I'm not going to fall into it. So, yeah, so even just going like this, so I can still see it. Because I do think it's cool. I just don't want to fall into it, and eventually fall into the void. So, I'll just leave that. And I'm going to start strip mining. Now, I don't think in this version people actually mined like this. I think the strategy was still to dig out massive chunks of area. But in defending my sanity, I am just going to strip mine like I would in modern Minecraft, because it's just one of the most efficient ways that I can get stuff. And I guess that's just the end of my pickaxes. So, I found 0 diamonds, I found some coal and some iron. I also used the wool that I brought along to make some new armor so that I had full durability here. So, I mean, I'm fine with the iron. I don't know how rare diamonds are. I think I'm at the right level to find them, because I'm at like Y equals 5 or 6 right now. So it's lower than I would usually strip mine, but ores don't have the current generation that I already know, so I don't know. It's really anyone's guess as to what I should be mining at. Oh, we also got a good chunk of cobblestone. I kind of forgot to mention that. So that's what I was mainly after, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Also, I made 9 furnaces, and I'm absolutely only going to use 4 because dividing up 64 into 9 is a pain. I might eventually do it, but for now, 4 is enough efficiency for me. I'm not processing that many materials. Okay, so right now my absolute top priority, even above building the path, is to get some wood, because I am entirely out. Like, if my tools break, I can't make any more until I get more wood. So here I am, just cutting down trees. And I don't know if I even want to bother breaking these leaves, because they'll eventually decay on their own. It's just gonna be a bit. Okay, so for now, 30 logs like that is going to be enough. It'll keep my tools going for a while. Like, I could plant some saplings, but I don't exactly have any decent flat ground to really do that with. So I'm thinking I might plant some around the pathway when it's done. What? I've been AFK here waiting for the night to pass. Where did you come from? I think our dungeon sheep has escaped. I don't know what it's doing. I'm just gonna let it go. Anyway. Nope, I guess we just have a dungeon sheep and a regular sheep. Nope, no, now we got a cave sheep. No, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm just going to ignore it. I choose not to see, therefore it is not there. And I want to test something. Do paintings exist? They do. This'll liven up the place. Okay, let's see. That's a nice picture. That's awesome. Well, now I have the option of doing different combinations. Huh. So that was in the game, I guess. I like that painting. I'm gonna put another one above it. Welcome to interior dungeon decoration with ImpendingMoon. In order to liven up the place for your... I don't know what you're keeping in your dungeon. I'm just keeping chests and I guess a sheep. Just put paintings down. It'll really help the mental health of whoever you're torturing. And just look at it. It's much more pleasant to be in this room now. And look, the sheep gives it a 10 out of 10. It's jumping for joy. You good? You good, man? You need... Oh. Yep, alright. Well, back to building. And there we go. We've got a pathway that goes straight from our front door down to the shoreline right here. It's a little bit windy. It's not quite perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. I do need to do some landscaping and stuff around it so that it looks good while going up there. Might also build like a retaining wall or two. But yeah, so there's one more thing that I want to quickly do, and that is build a platform around spawn over there so that I'm not spawning in the middle of an ocean. The main issue is that I don't know where spawn is. Okay, well I know it's at 0, 0. But the question then becomes, alright, where is 0, 0? And it's somewhere in the middle of that ocean. Now, the main issue here is that any pathway I build into the water is permanent until water starts flowing again. Well, here, let me just make, like, a platform out here so that I can see what I'm doing. And then, well, I mean... if I need to find spawn, there's one really easy way to find it, and that's just to respawn. So, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, let me get this platform out here. Okay, so I think somewhere around here is correct. I'll be able to find out more about its, like, relative location once I actually respawn. So, first things first, I gotta head back up to the castle for this. Alright, so I'm just gonna take a chest here, and I'm gonna dump all my stuff into it. And then take off my armor. Well, I mean, there is one really easy way to respawn right here. So, let's see. Hi, sheep. I don't need this, actually. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Here, I'll put it back. You can pick it up later. Alright, so... I gotta hype myself up for this. 1, 2... Cannonball! Dang, I was really hoping I landed on this block, because that would've, like, you know, I would have taken fall damage. Water doesn't completely negate it yet. So I guess I get the far more awkward way of death, and that's just drowning. I don't recommend it. Score equals 0. Alright, let's see. So, I am like however many blocks out towards my castle for this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks from the end of the path that I made. So, I can make that work. And that just means that I've got an easier time of getting back to spawn. Huh. It's been a little while since I've seen one of you guys lying around. Haha, you can't climb yet. Still barely have the weird janky hitboxes though. Oh. It's dead. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna build that platform by spawn. And yeah, I should be good to go in terms of like getting around this area. And with the bop and bop, this is now fairly mob proof. I am gonna quickly light up this pathway a little bit. But that should be at spawn. I'm not gonna test it unless I have to. Yeah, watch it just like put me underneath. That'd be fun. But yeah, that should be at spawn well enough. And that is pretty much all that I've got planned for this episode. So let me head back to castle real quick. And that's gonna be it for this episode. So far we've built ourselves a cellar. I've gotten a pathway made down from here so that I can easily actually get down there. I've got a platform at spawn so I'm not swimming the whole time. And then I went mining and got a good chunk of iron. So far I would say this world is going pretty well. There are a couple of things that I would have liked to have done in this episode, but honestly, it's like nearly midnight, and I would have liked to have gotten this recording done an hour ago, so I'm gonna save that for next episode. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed. I've been the Impending Moon, and good night.